The FIFA World Cup concluded in thrilling fashion last Sunday with South American nation Argentina celebrating their third triumph on the world stage after an entertaining final win over France. It was a fitting conclusion to the one-month quadrennial tournament that was hosted by Qatar, the first World Cup in history to be contested in the Arabian peninsula. The tournament also had its fair share of controversy, upsets, and unforgettable moments, and since the football is the main reason why we tune in to the global knockout competition, here are Football Attitude's 5 matches that defined the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. 5. Saudi Arabia 2, Argentina 1. Argentina arrived in Qatar as one of the tournament favorites and justified their label after being crowned world champions. However, their campaign began in disastrous fashion after a defeat to Saudi Arabia. Lionel Messi's penalty had given the Argentines a first-half lead, but La Albiceleste would come to rue a succession of missed chances, including 3 disallowed goals for offside. Saudi Arabia were a team transformed after the break, going after the tournament titans with a bold, high-pressing approach. It unnerved Argentina and led to an incredible comeback as stunning goals from Saleh Al-Shehri and Salem Al-Dosari sent shockwaves through the competition. Saudi Arabia had won just 3 previous games in their entire World Cup history, but ended Argentina's 36-game unbeaten run that had stretched 3 years. The Green Falcons, ranked 51st in the world, provided one of World Cup's all-time great shocks, which in turn gave us this funny viral moment from one Saudi fan.
Where's Messi? Where's Messi? Messi down! Where's Messi down? Messi down! Where's Messi down? Anybody see Messi? Where's Messi?
Much later.
شيل يا طويل العمر شيل! شيل يا طويل العمر شيل!
Later that same evening.
No! Vamos Argentina!
4. Japan 2, Spain 1. Japan pulled off another upset to beat Spain in the group stage, a result that included controversy and had implications for one of football's most famous nations. The Japanese had already beaten Germany in their tournament opener, but defeat to Costa Rica left the Samurai Blue in need of a result against a Spain side who had extremely impressed. Alvaro Morata headed home an opener for the dominant Spaniards in the first half, but Japan dug deep to stage a fight back. Having come from behind to beat the Germans, Japan repeated the feat with Ritsudoan continuing his super sub role with a fierce strike from the edge of the area. The controversial moment then came when Ao Tanaka completed the turnaround after turning in Kaoru Mitoma's cross, though the ball had initially appeared to have gone out of play on the byline before Mitoma's cutback. A lengthy VAR check followed before the goal was given, with the full curvature of the ball not deemed to be over the line. Japan celebrated and held on, topping a group that contained both the 2014 and 2010 world champions. This in turn saw Germany, who were 4-2 victors over Costa Rica in the other game, crash out in successive tournaments at the group stage after finishing behind Spain on goal difference. 3. Morocco 1, Portugal 0. Morocco were the underdog tail of the tournament as the full-time whistle blew against Portugal. The Atlas Lions celebrated unprecedented history as no African team had ever reached a World Cup semi-final until now. Walid Regragui's team had reached the Final Four and had done so in sleek fashion, claiming the scalps of Belgium, Spain, and Portugal in the process. Regragui had only taken charge of Morocco 2 months earlier and had been an unpopular appointment, but he departed Qatar as a legend in the eyes of the Moroccans. The North Africans had only conceded just 1 goal, an own goal, until their semi-final exit to France, with their resolute backline providing the foundation for their history-making win. Youssef En-Nesyri's first-half goal saw Morocco beat Portugal in the last 8, with the Sevilla striker heading home after an extraordinary leap to score a famous winner. Morocco and their fans celebrated as the nation moved into the uncharted territory of the Final Four, while Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo departed in tears as his dreams of winning football's biggest prize came to an end. 2. Netherlands 2, Argentina 2. A clash that truly delivered, there is something about World Cup meetings between the Netherlands and Argentina that always creates epic drama. Argentina looked set to progress to the last four after taking a 2-goal lead, but their 2-goal cushion melted away under the pressure of the Flying Dutchman. The orange-clad lads piled the pressure on the South Americans, with Virgil van Dijk, Luc de Jong and Wout Weghorst all taking turns in being the focal point of the Dutch attack, with the latter transforming the game off the bench. Weghorst headed home to make it 2-1 with 7 minutes of normal time remaining before scoring a stunning second in the 10th minute of stoppage time. The last gasp free kick was perfection straight from the Dutch training session as the ball was played into the wall towards Weghorst, with the big man rolling the ball past Emi Martinez to equalize and force extra time. In amongst it all were confrontational clashes between the two sets of players, with Argentina's Leandro Paredes booting the ball in the direction of the Dutch bench to spark a melee. There were a total of 16 yellow cards and 1 red awarded as tempers boiled over. In the end, it was Argentina who ultimately triumphed on penalties as the emotions swung once again in a game that few will forget. 1. Argentina 3, France 3. Argentina vs France, Lionel Messi vs Kylian Mbappe. The subplots and narratives were easy to make, and the final was an epic that did not disappoint. La Albiceleste raced into a 2-goal lead by halftime through Messi's penalty and Angel Di Maria's brilliant goal on the counter, but the magic of Mbappe brought France back into the game. 2 goals in 2 minutes forced extra time before the momentum swung back in Argentina's favor as Messi struck his second of the game from close range. Mbappe completed his hat-trick from the spot, the first treble scored in a World Cup final since England's Geoff Hurst back in 1966, but still ended up on the losing side as Argentina came up trumps in the shootout. In the end, it was Lionel Messi who hoisted aloft the World Cup trophy while surrounded by his mates in a compelling climax to Qatar 2022.